Hi, I'm Pati and welcome back to A Small Geeky Chica Figures. Today we're doing entry number 31 in my Nendoroid Collection series with number 788, Edward Elric from the Full Metal Alchemist series. Yay! A non-haiku! I know we've had some break from haiku ones and we still have a lot of haiku ones to go. I'm really excited to get to a different series that we haven't seen yet, which is the Full Metal Alchemist series, one of my favorite series from when I was a teenager to a young adult. I've watched both the original Full Metal Alchemist series, anime, and Brotherhood, and I love them both. And so, really excited to open Edward because he is one of my favorite characters in the show. And I don't know if you can tell right now, but he's definitely going to be one of those more action figure-y ones where their limbs move a lot more and bend at the joints. I don't know if the knees, but definitely at the arms. So he comes with a bunch of other special effects for when he's doing his alchemy. And then his poses, and it's really cute. And then you can see him with Alphonse, who we will be seeing at some point later on, because I do have both of them. And then, of course, his classic, angry face, which is amazing. And you can see here, he has the little special effects to symbolize when he's doing his alchemy. And we can see here when he transforms his middle arm. And then we have the arm piece where his jacket is definitely ripped off, so we can see that metal arm. But yeah, I am excited to get him out, and we get to see a new Nendoroid from a new series. And I do have more from this Full Metal Alchemist series. He's not one of those one-off where sometimes I am confused about why I have them, but I was really into it at the time, but I don't know if it has held up. But Full Metal Alchemist definitely has held up, and I am very happy to have him. So why don't we get him out of his box? Okay, here we have Ed still in his blister, but out of his box. As you can see, he doesn't seem like he has a lot of extra parts. Comes with his usual booklet, but he also comes with his little extra piece, which I guess they forgot to include in the regular one, which already has so much extra information. Plus this extra little sheet about there's a little shrink resistant plug in this piece to keep it keep the hole from shrinking, I guess, for his little extra arm part, which we'll see soon. But first, let's look at his content. So as you can see, we have these two extra little, what do we say, special effects for when he's using his alchemy, as well as this one he's starting one of his classic attacks by changing the floor. And then we have two extra little arm parts. You can see they're both his metal arm, one where his jacket has been kind of cut off so we can really see the automail, if I remember how it's called correctly, and the one where he's transformed it into his classic weapon. Let's see, we have the three face places, which is one more cupcake smiling face, a kind of more serious frowny face, and then the really angry expressive face, which is definitely one of my favorite. And then we have, I believe, these are both extra leg parts. If I'm looking at this right, it looks like extra leg parts, these two. Definitely that one, but I think this one is two. And then he has two little extra hand parts that you can swap off. Which looks like these ones are fists, which are the ones that I think are usually in his hands when you first open it. And then you have the two open palm ones for when he's using his alchemy. The one he's using that image right there. So I think for me they're switched out, but that's what you would get. And then here it tells you how to attach the extra parts for the special effects. So you can do this pose where he's about to do something. And then, yeah, you can change his left leg into different poses. And this is telling you how to switch them out and where each pose goes to. His regular leg, and then I guess his bent one. And then here it explains how to swap around this part where he's kind of more bent on the ground. So yeah, this one tells you how to change his left leg so it is bent while the other one can stay straight. And this is the one he uses for when he is more bent down and changing the floor. So those are cool. He's a much more dynamic Nendoroid, a little more action figure-y. But enough about that. Let's get him out of this blister and take a closer look. Okay, here we have Ed. And like I said, I have the flat palm hands currently in his arms, and you'll see his arms do have joints that move on their own, which we have seen in one. We've seen them in the My Hero ones. We've seen that with Marth. We've seen it, so definitely with some more action-based characters. Big fights, you could put them right there, so it looks like he is about to use his alchemy to do something. And yeah, that's right, his hand's coming off. Don't do that, hand. Don't do that. So you can have it bend like that. His nail, I feel like his neck sticks out a little bit more than some other Nendoroids. And then I really like he has his little ponytail, which is on a joint, so you can have it kind of move around and be a little more dynamic if you need it to be, or just have it standard right there. His jacket does flare on a lot, so it's harder for him to have, you can kind of make him sit down like that. That kind of works. But yeah, let's bring these arms back down. And so this does tell you how to use these little special effects, which of course I am not actually following any of the directions on how to use them. So here it shows to put them on first with his fist on, I guess. Doesn't look like we're gonna worry about that right this second, but yeah, he has that. And then let's take a look. There's a little plastic that's protecting these pieces from falling out, which let me grab it. So yeah, like I said, he has these two arms. You can see he has a little hand right there. Doesn't seem to move, but yeah, so when he has changed his metal arm into a weapon, that he does a lot in the series. And then one where his sleeve has totally ripped off and we can just see his arm, and so his arm is in a fist and can move around, which makes me kind of wonder, it looks like this hand could come off, but it doesn't seem to cut off. Actually seem like it does. Yeah, it seems kind of stuck in there, so I'm not gonna try to take it out if it doesn't come out. And then you can see this is the little plug that was mentioned in that extra sheet, which you can put in there to make sure it retains its shape. Look at that there. And then this arm is also super jointed, just like his regular arms. And then what do we have here? And here we have his little legs, which you can see this one is like this. So this one goes into his upper leg and this one goes into his foot to make it look like he has a bent leg. And then this one is when he has one leg just kind of kneeling on the floor, you put his foot here, and then the other leg where he still has it standing on the foot, so he's in a more bent down position. And you just swap out these feet and put them in there because his feet are removable. So we'll just take a look there, and then they perfectly go into, or they should perfectly just go into this, which I haven't used in a while, so it might be a little tough. But yeah, they go in there like that. Let's see if we can take it off. And then yeah, this does have an L in it. You can't see it, but right there it does say L for left, so you can keep track of the feet, and this one says R right there, so his right foot. It's always also their right foot, not what you see on the right when you're looking at them. So think of it this way. And then he's the special effects right there. And then his two fists, which are the ones that are usually on his hand. Not like I've been doing where I had his open palm. So you just switch out the hand right there. And it's been a while since I've been in it, so the plastic warps a little bit. And it might get a little tougher to put them in. So it's a good thing to take your Nendoroids out and switch their positions a little bit so it doesn't get too stuck. But yeah, you can take him off like that. Let's see if I could take off his head. Yeah. I don't know if you could see that, but these parts were definitely coming out off a little bit. So he does come with this extra Nendoroid. Yes, I wonder if this is his, because it looks a little like not the right color. So this might be someone else's neck joint, because it looks a little more yellow. And then he has a little hair right there, which I know has a name for it, and right now I'm really spacing on the word for this little kind of hair, which does move, but I would be careful because I feel like this is something that can easily snap off, which is a little terrifying. But yeah, that is it. So let's put his head back in his body, which can always be kind of tricky. Go in there, go in there. There we go. And let's pick a pose to do. Let's see, where's his box? I left his box. There it goes. Part of me really, really likes this one. I just think it might be a little hard to balance without using his stand for sure. I mean, this one seems almost a little too serious. There's this one where he's doing this attack. And there's this one where he has his arm out and ready to fight, and he has some special effects on that one. He has a cocky face. Or I'm actually thinking we might just try to do this one, which is funny because I just took those hands off, and figure out exactly how we're supposed to put on those special effects. Which again, the booklet does tell you, but I'm just hoping I haven't swapped around these ones. Yeah, so it's like, which one goes where? Might be easier to tell based on the photo. I think this one goes on this arm, and this one goes on that one. Like this. I think it goes like this. We shall see. So give me a second while I put him together. He has the right face on, so now we just need to put back his hands and put on the special effects. So after a long time trying to put these things on, I still don't get it. Tried to follow those instructions, but they make no sense to me, and these just kept falling off no matter what I do, so I'm gonna do it without these. If anyone out there also has Edward Elric and knows how to properly put these things on without them just popping off the minute you bend his arms, let me know, because I have no idea. It just does not make any sense to me. But that is it for today after that struggling defeat, and then I'll definitely take the L. Here we have Edward in the pose, which this pose is relatively easy to put him in. It's just special effects. Don't know. Don't get it. But yeah, regardless, That's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider giving it a like or subscribing. I post Nendoroid unboxings every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Every now and then I might do a blind box unboxing instead, but mostly I'm gonna continue going through all my Nendoroid collection. We've still got a long way to go. We still have more Full Metal Alchemist to go, more high-Q ones to go, and a couple of other series we haven't even seen yet. So that's it for today. I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!